And we are live. Welcome everybody back to the JMK Freeskates channel. Last week we had some technical difficulties, and this week we may again, but we're going to try our best to avoid those. Welcome. I see so many people here in the chat. But first, I'm going to introduce my co-host, Jack.
Hey guys.
Hello, Jack. And then we got a special guest today. We got Stef. How's it going?
Hello. Good. How about you?
Pretty good. Stef, Jack, and I have all skated together a couple times in the past, and it's always a fun time. Today we're going to be reviewing everybody's 180 submissions. So the 180 is a pretty basic trick in free skating, but at the same time it's hard to get down if you don't have the proper instruction. So we're going to go through those today. We'll start by introducing and welcoming all of you here today in the live stream.
Felicity.
Hello, Felicity.
Hello,
Shadrach. Is this your first time here? If so, welcome. Peter, hello. We got who else in here? Shadrach, Peter, Felicity. We got Breslin in the chat. Hello, hello. And then somebody said they just ordered, it was Shadrach that just ordered their first free skates. They got
nice.
Sweet.
Ordered my skates today. Yeah, there we go. Cool. We got 14 of you here today. We're going to jump right into these reviews. Let's see. Who do we got first? Who's the first victim? All right. We got, I believe this is Christian Santana.
Familiar face.
Oh, those are pretty good.
Hands in
We got
the
a
pocket.
little bit of freezing here, but he's got his hands in his pockets showing off a bit. All right, let's go back and watch that again. Very nice.
Yeah, he's got good form.
All right, so is there anything he's doing wrong here, Jack?
I don't see anything directly off of first glance, but I mean, it was a little wide on the 180s, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It'll clean him up as he continues. And he's got his hands in his pockets. I mean,
Bonus point for the hands in your pockets.
I mean, it's a little tough to do that with your hands in your pockets, I'd imagine. I don't think I've ever tried that. Might have to give it a shot.
No, yeah, your 180s look good. Let's play it back one more time. Yeah, he's pivoting that front foot out of the way so the front foot can come, back foot can come forward. His back sides look almost even better.
Yeah.
Looking smooth.
I'd say backsides are easier to make look cleaner.
Yeah, we got Felicity. Okay, hopped off the skates on that one. That was good. That must be your comfortable direction.
Nice.
So far, it's looking pretty good.
Yeah.
And that other front side there was a little shaky, but I'm sure you're working on it. Pretty cool.
I prefer backside. You look like you got backside really good. Oh.
That was a backside. I'm trying to decide what direction. What's your comfortable direction for
backside looks.
Is it switch or is it goofy or regular? A little blurry here.
Overall, really good though.
Let's see if we can get a non-blurry shot here. There we go. Yeah, you have some good snap. That I would just tell you, it looks like you know what you're doing. The more you practice these as far as the uncomfortable directions, the better. Because I will say there are 4 directions for those of you that don't know. There's 4 possible basic 180s that you can approach when you just break it down to its simplest form. There's switch front side and backside, and then there's regular front side and backside. Front side means your body is turning towards where you're looking, so you can see where you're going. Backside is, well, where your back faces the direction of travel, and it's a bit blind. So the nature of backside tricks is they're typically a bit more uncomfortable. So might be a bit harder. I would recommend starting with, and Jack, you can let me know if you agree with this, start with your front side direction and then finish it out with your backside so you can start approaching your spins.
I guess I would agree with that, but the way I learned was kind of the opposite of that, just because I learned a throwback first and naturally backside 180'd out. So I was always way more comfortable doing a backside turn because it's leading back into your regular stance versus when you're riding your regular stance going into switch. Might be a little less comfortable, but that's just me personally.
So your 180, are you telling me you went 5 years without learning the 180?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then when I did, it was, I guess I've also ridden switch on a snowboard, but when I rode switch, I naturally wanted the backside 180 out. So I am always way more comfortable with my backside 180s. I think they're overall way easier.
Okay.
Front side, that snap is what'll lead. If you're doing a front side turn at a high speed, you'll most likely lose your skates.
You're like Cuba cheese. You do you like your backsides. Backside 180s.
I just think it's easier to stay on the skates in general, though, with backside turns.
Gotcha.
I'd like to take a poll or something on the JMK. I don't know, eventually.
Okay.
To see like overall what the community thinks about that, because everyone rides so differently.
Yeah. How do you guys prefer your 180s? Like, what's your like primary choice for like if you were to do a 180? In which direction?
What about you, Stef?
Oh, front side for sure.
Front side, okay.
I'd say front side is like, I'm going to predict front side is like the main choice. Nick Walk says hello. We got an eventual. Welcome back. Shingle. Schneigel. With got a double cheeseburger without the bun. Welcome. Just picked up some Black Friday skates. Are they your first pair, or have you skated before on Freeskates? Welcome. First time seeing you. Cool beans. Felicity says, I'm goofy, but practice both ways. Nice. Switch backside is probably the one I struggle most on. Often comes out more of a 90 than a 180. Yeah, like I said, switch backside is going to help you with completing your 360. So it's a nice one to practice for anyone, for sure. Who else is in here? Scott Moffat. I believe Scott submitted a clip, if I'm not mistaken. He says, backside feels pretty more natural, but I prefer front side so I can see where I'm going. Typical with front side tricks.
Oh, no.
Speaking of the devil, Cuba Cheese is in the chat.
Cuba Cheese. Let's go.
I love backside, but I'm more likely to lose my skate backside. Yeah, I find that to be true, especially at high speeds. For me, Jack disagrees.
I'd love to see a video comparing the same speeds and you losing a skate with your backside versus front. I just want to see it.
Cube, I think that, and this is just a theory. I think for me, anyways, whenever I do that, my weight distribution is off. So I'm more comfortable with my front side, but when I approach my backside 180s, maybe I'm not shifting my weight forward quickly enough, and that skate that's in front gets shot forward and my body doesn't catch it. It slips out. So that might be a weight distribution issue, maybe. Breslin says backside is more natural and easier for me.
Read this comment.
Which one?
Shangle. Oh, no.
Waiting for my JMKs to learn. You broke your arm.
No.
That is unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that.
That is.
Injuries on Freeskates are definitely possible, although rare. I'm sorry that.
Was it on
JMKs
or was it on?
He says he's waiting for the JMKs, so it sounds like maybe it was a different pair. Either way, that's sorry to hear that. On that note, we can move on to the next submission. So apparently Felicity did an accidental trick. Just had to see what that is. Oh, almost a 360 throwback?
360 throwback? Is that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Felicity, that was good. That was close. I think practicing those slower, and you can let me know if you agree. Practicing those slow is a nice way to approach those 360 throwbacks, and that's a hard trick. But the one thing I would recommend is to spin a lot more easily. Put your front foot on slightly more to the edge so it can spin more freely, because you're putting the weight more to one side rather than dragging both wheels. That combined with the slow speed will help you. So, okay, let's move on to the next 180. I believe it's from Scott. Oh, this was funny. Scott says, I'm from the UK and I've been free skating since June. My wife has bought me a pair of JMKs and is teasing me by leaving them in the view, but I can't use them yet. I'm sorry to hear that. That's actually a free skater's worst nightmare, as far as I'm concerned. But let's move on into Scott's submission.
Oh, he's in the chat too. Cool.
Yeah, it says backside feels more natural. Let's go.
Oh.
Okay, that backside looks good. Those were 2 backsides, right?
That was front side. Front side. Nice. Is that all 4?
Ooh, I want to watch that one again.
Yeah, was that all 4 in one video?
I want to figure out what was different about this one. You had a nice snap to that. I like that.
Yeah, he's got a good snap. Yeah. Honestly, the beginning of that clip, were those both directions with both backside jumps?
And we
He's doing both
we
directions
can
with the front side.
head back a little bit. Scott from UK. Okay, so nice front foot stomp there. Backside.
Yeah, he's got all 4 directions. That's awesome.
And now let's see a front side and then a front side. Yeah, no, you're well on your way. That's only going to make you feel more comfortable if you can do all 4 of those. So that's
cool to see.
Good. Nice. I'm looking for some constructive advice, something that you're doing wrong, maybe. How are the shoulders? You're definitely moving your shoulders in. You're showing off with a 360 there. And
I love his work. He's like skating in like a workplace or something like that potentially.
Whoa, that was smooth. I like that one.
Yeah, that was good.
A little 540 there.
Yeah, you got.
Okay.
Ooh.
I love
Okay,
that.
we got it. Scott's going crazy.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that's inward.
It better not be switch inversion.
I think it is.
No, it's not.
It could be.
Scott here is a regular rider. You can go on switch right now. I can't tell. The fact that I can't tell is cool.
Yeah. Awesome job there.
That was awesome, Scott. I don't know. It's at Scott. Scott says it's at my work.
Get the grind in everywhere.
So yeah, true story about the wife teasing, and then Scott says, "I'm not sure what it's called, but I try to snap first, maybe." Yes. There's a video where if you look up Freeskate critiques, it's not a live stream. It's one of the main videos on the channel. Cupid Cheese does a really nasty, smooth Korean 180 I don't know. I have a theory because I thought it was Korean initially, but I think when you're doing it backside, you're a lot more likely to snap first and then follow through.
I'd have to see what.
I had that discussion with Jeff, but yes, Korean. When you're discussing 360s, instead of happening at the end, the snap happens at the beginning. So yeah, maybe we can make a video dedicated to that. Let's go. Before we go on to our next submissions, we have some announcements to make. As we further progress through making these streams and reviews of your progress, we're going to try to add more fun little segments in between. So this is a little news segment. So the first announcement is that we have some new products coming along the way. The first being some new hats. So
nice.
We currently have a JMK Ride hat on the shop. They're going to switch it up a little bit, so it's called gray, but this one's like actually gray, so that's pretty cool.
I think this is the gray one they sell right now, right? One I have on.
Oh yes, the one that he's wearing. Yeah, it's got a little bit of blue tinge to it almost.
I might have washed this a few times.
Oh, wash it with some blue clothes maybe, and then we got some black hats. Take a look at those.
Sweet.
So everybody who likes more of the stealth vibe, I might actually wear that, even though I don't wear hats. So there we go. And next up, we have pink.
Oh,
It's the only photo I have right now, but if you imagine our green hats, if you know what those look like with the green skate logo, it's got to be pink. Schnagel says, cool beans. Very cool beans. And then let's see what else we got here. We got today's sponsor, our Evolve shirt. I'm wearing it today. uncoincidentally. It's typical evolving sequence, and then it ends with Jeff, or just a free skater in general, and it says true story because that's how it happened. So those are available on our shop. Let's see. So there's a little plug there, and then Chrome trucks. Chrome trucks are on the way. Those have been out of stock for a while, and then as well as a complete deck truck restock is on the way as well. So for those of you looking for a specific part, hopefully it's on its way to a JMK store near you, meaning jmkride.com.
One thing that would have been cool with these shirts, I'm now thinking, is like if this guy was wearing a skateboard.
Oh,
riding a skateboard.
Skateboard, and then he's like, never mind. Free skating is better.
Never mind.
Felicity says, pink is nice. It would match my shoulder bag. Yes, that would add to the collection of, okay, we have pink shoulder bag, pink hats, etc. Eventual says, when is the Chrome trucks arriving? If John is in the chat, that would be cool. I wish I had the date. In the future, ideally, I have those kinds of things. But I would say sometime in the next month, maybe we can post that in more detail on Instagram. But yeah, those are on the way. Cool. So we're going to add some more subs to the submissions to the stream now. Next, we got Peter. I believe Peter is also in the chat. Yeah.
Skating house, living room. Love it.
My goodness.
Okay.
Okay, so it looks like Peter is on a JMK, but then also a makeshift free skate. Okay.
With the limited space you have, you're doing a good job with the front side turn.
You're reminding me of Jack skating in small spaces. So
that skates inside too.
So I want to see this back skate come forward here.
Winston in the chat.
Oh, okay. So that first thing I'm noticing is that back skate doesn't fully come straight. I don't know if you're seeing this too, Jack and Stef, but that back skate is almost coming out at a turn rather than straight forward, and it's causing the skate to kind of carve and come to a stop way too soon.
Yeah, like a power slide.
Yeah.
Almost.
So make sure you're getting that front skate out of the way, right? So you're allowing the back skate to follow through directly under your body rather than having to travel around you. The more it has to go around you like that, it's just going to slow down all your momentum, which is not what you want for a 180. So like, I don't know which attempt for that as far as your comfortability was, but that's just my advice for that attempt in particular.
Also, what happened to your other JMK skate?
It might be an opportunity to kind of show off something he made.
That is unique.
That's
pretty unique. Okay, that is cool how the wheel is going through the deck plate. That is interesting.
Is it rubbing on your shoe? How does that work?
Yeah.
Maybe they look like they might be skateboard wheels. Practicing a little bit of a. I see. That's cool. Nice way to practice. I want to focus on your shoulders if you're doing much of that. If you get back on the skates here. And okay. Use your shoulders a little bit there. Hyping up. Got the Christmas tree and Christmas stockings up there as well. All right. Oh, yeah, I would recommend having a little bit more speed into your 180s. That'll really help that momentum follow through rather than just doing it right away. But yeah, the big thing I would say, make sure that front skate does a full 90 and that your back skate travels directly under you and you don't snap it or curve it or turn it. Because if you pause your video mid 180, that back skate is starting to turn before it even gets to the other side. Make sure it's all the way straight.
He definitely has the right idea.
No, it's totally the right idea.
I imagine you do a lot better in a little bit bigger of an area, but that was pretty good for in your living room.
That's fun that whoever you live with, I don't know if you live alone or with somebody, but it's fun that you're able to skate indoors. Hopefully your floors, Snaggle said, Winston said, rip hardwood floors, which is true.
Very true.
That is my homemade pocket skate.
Peter says, yes, it does feel like it.
Feels like a carve. Yeah, so keeping that skate straight, the purpose of the snap at the end, or I worded that wrong. When we talk about the snap at the end, We're talking about leaving that skate exactly straight until you do a full 180 snap. And the way you're going to get it to snap easily at the end is because your shoulders followed through at the beginning, if that makes sense. And for those of you that after this stream, or if you're watching the replay, you want to watch the more detailed tutorials, those will be linked or are currently linked in the description, just for your reference. So that's a good resource. Snow is covering the ground. I think all three of us relate to you there, coming from the Midwest. All of our families are from Minnesota. So,
speaking of Stef, did you see they put a skate park in the Burnsville Mall?
Wait, really?
Yeah, you gotta go
skate it, Stef.
Go check it out.
Ooh, I totally will.
Chevrock says it might help having two of the same skates. That might also help too. I think it looks like fun trying to mix the two together. But that's a good point. I think weight distribution is huge. So, all right, next submission here. Who's the next victim? Okay. Oh, we got Stef.
Nice little slow-mo.
You got lots of slow-mo action.
Might be better for analyzing it.
Yeah, so that... Okay. Yeah, so this is a good example of the back foot. Watch his back foot come forward. It's not turning until after it's on the other side.
And then he snaps it back into place.
Let's check out the shoulders. Those shoulders are rotating into the 180, and then that back skate comes forward.
Yeah, that's like perfect form right there, Stef. Nice.
Yay!
Yay. Aced it. Yeah, no, that's good form. Let's see. Does he do another one? I believe I've included some full speed versions here.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Thanks, dude.
Pretty cool. Yeah, no, especially coming out of that last example to help some people that might be struggling with the carving aspect. That was a good example there. Felicity says Stef coming in real slow. That's some skill. Yeah, slow-mo is epic. Shingle Saggle says noise.
Thank you.
Okay, let's before we move on to let's finish out the submissions here. None other than Jack Napek. Oh, are you showing off? What's going on? What's going on?
That's the extra clip.
Let's call him out. What clip did you submit here?
I submitted this as the highlight one.
Oh, a kick clip.
Oh, okay. This is not the right clip.
Jack, come on.
It was still pretty clean, though.
It is. Yeah, I was pretty stoked.
He did a switcheroo, and then I think he does another one switch. But let's get to the actual 180s here.
That was meant to be not in this section of the video.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay.
180.
Oh, that was
and then another backside.
Yep.
Great.
These are backside. I did a little bit of everything out in the street before the podcast.
Oh, Tokyo. Oh, 180 in Tokyo.
Oh.
So Jack has the unique ability to do his Tokyos both switch and regular. I believe that is a very niche topic, though, this episode.
Yeah.
But that's so cool that you can do that.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool different possibilities with just being able to 180 out of Tokyo or into Tokyo. I saw Peter did a Tokyo unravel, which is some.
Yeah. Felicity was saying that they like the Tokyo unravel somewhere in here.
And this is in.
Wow. Yeah. Cool. Nice Tokyo skills. Gucci says Jack is a Tokyo spin king. Felicity says, "Oh, Tokyo 180 without unraveling. That's awesome. Bro looks like a pretzel." That's hilarious. Whoa, that one is kind of.
That was an inverse one, not as good as those, but that's going from regular riding into Tokyo, like doing a 180, and then your legs.
Wow.
Tokyo. It can get really complex and weird, but it's definitely a little extra.
Wow. That's a cool way to finish out those. So the next part of this stream is going to be our favorite clips from the IG community, which is a reminder to post your progress on IG for more than just these streams. You can get a lot of help from people in the community down in the comments of those. So I'd highly recommend it. First, not submission, but selection is Chin.
Love watching clips of this part, but she's riding it really well.
She's just smooth with it, and then there's a nice little sunset there. Kobe grind.
That's really hard. If you know me, she's been practicing those for quite some time at this point.
Oh yeah, she is kind of an OG. She's been skating for I don't know how long, but then a nice little pan out there. Cool.
Yeah,
and
that
then
Kobe is definitely I don't know if she thinks it's the coolest part of the clip, but I think that's the coolest part of this clip. I mean, I think it's the featured trick in the clip.
Yeah, she's smooth. She's bending her knees on those the humps in the skate park.
The front side.
Kobe grind. She's been getting better and better at those. Overall, an awesome clip. I like how it's kind of combining the cruising aspect with park. Not doing anything.
Yeah, it was like a full line, but mostly cruising through the park, showcasing that Kobe grind.
Yeah, it was a line for sure, but she made it clean. She made it smooth and fun to watch. We got Kyoki, JMK co-founder.
Ooh, nice.
You've been following Team 64. You know this spot as soon as the clip appears.
Yeah, I believe it's like an abandoned airfield or something.
They're all just chasing around
each other. That's cool. All right, next clip is from Tsukasa.
Ooh.
I believe he captioned this as many tricks as I can think of in 15 minutes. So he did all of this within 15 minutes. That's just crazy to think about.
So keep in mind for people just starting out, this guy is someone to pay attention to in the sport for sure. He's one of the best in the world as far as all-around skill. He's been skating since the freeline days. So this is not necessarily what you should be doing, but something to look forward to decades down the line. Because holy wow.
Yeah, all these tricks are just mind-blowing.
And as you progress through free skating, at least as far as I found, the more I progressed, the more I was able to understand the tricks that he's doing. So they might just all look the same, but as a more experienced rider, you definitely start to appreciate these more. But floater flip, all very smooth. I don't know what trick he tried there, but he's exhausted after 15 minutes. So let's go to the next clip. Next clip is from the one and only Yuki.
Oh, Phantom?
Phantom flip into it.
It's just so much so fast.
Yeah, there's just, I wish it wasn't freezing so much because he's doing so many tricks back to back to back to back.
And finishes it off.
That's crazy.
Cool.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy. Let's see if we can see a couple more tricks. So switch it, kick flip, switch it, reverse, body burial. It's too much. It's too quick. So that was Yuki. You all have you're all pretty good at these 180s actually. Looks like you all have been practicing. And the only thing that I think the main thing for you all to work on, I think, is as far, you guys can add to this if you want, but a couple things. Make sure that back skate is following through directly under you. That's like the number one thing that will slow down a 180 is if it snaps anywhere but the last part of the trick. And then work on your other 180s. So a lot of you I saw had good 180s, but then when you tried the other variations, there was some room for improvement. So the more smooth you get all of those, the more flexibility you have when you're cruising and you're like, oh, wait, what if I need to 180 this way for whatever reason, and you're able to, that's a huge convenience. So I don't know, what were your overall thoughts, Jack and Stef?
I thought Ever did awesome, but One thing I would add is, like, personally, when I learned mine, I learned my front side, or I guess I learned my switch backside first, and then tied together the regular front side to make for a 360. So it's weird that you have to focus on, like, if you do want to complete, if your initial goal is to, like, maybe do a 360, doing a front side 180 into a backside switch 180, you almost don't need to learn regular backside into switch or switch.
Yeah, if your goal is to
front side.
spin, you can just focus on, say, you can think of it as far as this backside, front side terminology. I think it's more simple to think of it as clockwise or counterclockwise. I would say the normal, not normal, but the typical way, depending on which way you ride. If you ride regular, the typical way to spin is counterclockwise. If you ride goofy with your right foot in front, typical way to spin for most riders is going to be clockwise. And then the opposite of what I just said is the next thing to work on if you want to practice the atypical direction. So Winston says, imagine being able to rapid fire tricks faster than Gabe can talk. Am I talking fast? Oh, that's funny. Good. Thanks for noting that. I think we just saw that with Yuki.
Yeah,
I don't know that I can talk as fast as Yuki can
do tricks.
Throw down tricks. Felicity says that sounds super cool. Maybe put some details on the group. Oh, about his skates. Yeah, that seems super interesting, Peter. Snaggle says the beans are submerged in liquid nitrogen. I have no idea what that means.
What is it?
Off the rails. A great stream. Thank you, Cube. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think so. I think this stream has been great. Apart from some slight freezes in the clips, I'll have to talk to support and see how I can minimize those for more seamless, streamless experience in the future. Well, hopefully not streamless. Felicity says the backside 360s continue to give me trouble. Backside 360s are hard for anybody.
I even will fall off the skates once in a while on those.
But just like Jack practices switch Tokyos for some reason, if you for some reason want to practice backside 360s, I'm sure that can be a skill that you pick up. It means cool beans.
Oh my gosh, we're so dumb.
I don't know if we're hip enough for this because liquid nitrogen is very cold. On that note, I think that's all we have for everybody today. Thanks for the jokes. And hopefully this stream was helpful for you all. But yeah, doing these streams every Tuesday. See you guys next week for those reviews. We need to mention the trick. What trick are we working on?
Oh, what trick are we going to do?
Trick or skill. An idea I had was general cruising form. Like if people submit their cruising videos, let me know if that's a good idea. This last minute, somebody throw in a trick.
Stef, you got anything?
Toe flip.
There's a toe. Oh, that's going to be watch Gabe fail.
That could be something people could practice stationary, so it's not necessarily it's not like leaving beginners out of the question. I like that idea. Anyone in the chat got anything?
So we got toe flip cruising. Maybe we can do a poll on social media.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll put a poll. Winston says I like cruising. All 10 feet, I can submit a clip of all 10 feet I can cruise. Hey, 10 feet is 10 feet. Felicity says I'm scared of flip. Let's do cruising.
Yeah.
Let's do cruising clips so we can kind of critique or kind of comment on form. Just in general, I think that's also cool for just like more scenic shots, which is fun to watch. Yeah. 360 cam, even better. Cool. All right, we'll do cruising next week. I'll put some reminders on social media. Thanks everyone for being here. And don't forget to roll with us.